Straight ahead on News Watch 12 weekends, as the U.S. surpasses new coronavirus numbers, the first of the Pfizer vaccine is expected to be distributed as early as Monday. Plus, Wisconsin Supreme Court now dismissing another lawsuit brought upon by President Trump. I'll break down those and more as your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. News Watch 12 weekend starts now.
Good evening, welcome to News Watch 12 Weekends. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'm Rachel Eiler. The Department of Health Services reported today that Wisconsin has now surpassed 4,000 deaths due to the novel coronavirus pandemic. 50 additional deaths within the last day were reported, and that brought the statewide death toll to 4,041 since the pandemic began back in March. Wisconsin's death count is now the 23rd highest in the country. Overall, the 31st highest per capita at 73.4 deaths per 100,000 people. That's according to Johns Hopkins University researchers. State health officials say that out of the 13,642 new test results released today, 4,059 people have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, the U.S. reportedly has surpassed 16 million coronavirus cases, according to the latest numbers from NBC News. The U.S. reached that record number of cases and deaths from COVID-19 earlier today. The U.S. now has 16,016,831 positive cases since tracking began, and 297,015 deaths. 297,015 deaths. This comes as the first dose of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine are expected to arrive at hospitals across the nation on Monday. And as the vaccine moves closer to distribution in Wisconsin, scammers are using the trick to public into giving their bank information. Scams in the Northwoods have become increasingly common, with the Viola Sheriff's Department reporting a numerous amount of calls. Con artists are using Social Security, the IRS, Amazon, and the Grandchild in Trouble scams to secure fast cash. The newest trick being that COVID-19 vaccine scams. Merrill Police Department and the U.S. Department of Health Services alerting the public of these individuals now in Wisconsin receiving calls and texts indicating that they will be sent COVID-19 vaccines in exchange for their banking information. That's along with offering COVID tests. Now, there's grants as well being offered, Medicare prescription cards. If you suspect that COVID-19 healthcare fraud is happening to you, you are encouraged to reach out to law enforcement immediately. All right, Andrew, what's going on in the weather over there?
Not a whole lot for us in north central Wisconsin, Rachel. We missed out on a lot of that fun today. No snowfall for us. So for today, we're just seeing mostly cloudy skies pass over the area through overnight tonight. We'll be waking up tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies as well. Looking outside of Plover, just showing really no snow on the ground whatsoever. So most snowfall today really was going to be south of the Wisconsin Dells area, letting most of us miss out on that today. But a few snow showers may be coming for us tonight, a few lake effect snow flurries coming through the area, mostly for the UP though, but we will be having a wind from the north coming through tonight, a light breeze between 5 to 10 miles per hour, which could help us out with bringing those few flurries to the area, and then more showers coming for us tomorrow. So have no fear, some snow is on the way. Looking ahead for the night tonight, we are going to watch temperatures get down to the upper teens, lower 20s. Average lows for this time of year are only about 10 degrees, so this is still pretty well above average for what we could expecting. Now I'll be having your full forecast in just a few minutes. Rachel?
Thank you, Andrew. A major logistics operation is now underway again for that drug maker Pfizer as they're preparing to distribute the nation's first coronavirus vaccine. That vaccine is on track to reach hospitals around the country Monday. A welcome sight for frontline healthcare workers as the coronavirus crisis continues to get worse. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest.
The FDA authorized for emergency use the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine.
Just hours after emergency FDA approval, the nation's first COVID-19 vaccine is almost on the move.
Make no mistake, distribution has begun. Right now, boxes are being packed and loaded with vaccine with emphasis on quality control.
The first shipments of Pfizer's vaccine will soon leave a manufacturing plant in Michigan, headed to FedEx and UPS distribution centers. They'll start arriving at medical centers across the country Monday morning.
I won't probably live in my career to see another day like this. That's how monumental it is.
Doctors on the front lines happy to see light at the end of a very dark tunnel.
This is the first step to make a major dent into this pandemic. This is the way the pandemic will be ended, controlled.
It comes as the COVID-19 crisis deepens in the U.S., the nation now topping 16 million cases and likely passing 300,000 confirmed deaths sometime this weekend. With hospital intensive care unit beds full in many states, healthcare workers are being pushed to the brink.
This virus is so serious and people don't see it that way.
In a series of Saturday morning tweets, President Trump made no mention of the health crisis nor its victims. The president instead attacking the election, the Supreme Court, and Joe Biden before flying to West Point, New York to attend the Army-Navy football game. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Now, the Food and Drug Administration is expected to review another vaccine next week. That one from the drug company of Moderna appeared to be as about effective as the Pfizer vaccine in clinical trials. Now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court met today in a rare weekend session to consider President Donald Trump's lawsuit seeking to overturn his loss to Joe Biden. The High Court agreed to take the case at Trump's urgent request just 2 days before electors meet to cast electoral college votes. Trump's lawyers are trying to disqualify more than 221,000 votes in Wisconsin's two most heavily Democratic counties. The court is controlled by mostly conservatives, 4-3, but a majority of justices have questioned whether what Trump is asking for and if that's appropriate. Liberal justices on the court says his request, quote, smacks of racism because it would disfranchise hundreds of thousands of voters in the state's most diverse counties. After 14 years of service, one school district is now honoring a firefighter. When we return, we'll hear his story that is far from done, plus your full weather forecast with Andrew after the break.
Roofing season is here, and Bear Renovations is the Northwoods' #1 choice in roofing and rain gutter systems. Whether it's shingle roofing or metal roofing, big or small, the Bear does it all. Stop by our showroom just north of Tomahawk on County Road A or call 715-966-6649 today. Remember, you can like us on Facebook, but you'll love us on your roof. Bear Renovations is locally owned and operated. Call the Bear.
Witness the magic of Christmas at Rhinelander's Lights of the Northwoods for 2 weekends beginning Friday, December 11th and again Friday, December 18th at Hodag Park. This free event will feature over 150,000 Christmas lights and over 60 displays. A food donation to the area pantries is appreciated. All 6 days will feature the lighting displays either on the driving path or a wonderful walking path. Made possible by these major financial partners and media sponsors. To learn more, visit lightsofthenorthwoods.com.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Welcome back. I just wanted to take a moment to backpedal to the other day. We received this nice sunrise photo from Shelly out of Butternut. Thank you so much, Shelly. Things are looking very different for us today, though, and for the next couple days. Lots of gray skies all throughout north central Wisconsin. I don't think today those clouds broke once over Rhinelander, so pretty stiff cloud coverage all throughout the region. We'll be seeing more coming through tomorrow, a little less dense, so maybe a few pockets of sunshine will be able to creep through the area. And of course, today we had some snowfall coming through Wisconsin, a lot of snowfall really through the greater Midwest. A lot of that missing north central Wisconsin accumulations were coming down just south of the Wisconsin Dells area. So we missed out quite a bit in north central Wisconsin, but we do have some more on the way. So have no fear. We're still going to be getting some snow by the end of this weekend. And here we go. This is it right here. So this is the system coming on through. We're going to be watching low pressure cross through the north of us, and this is going to turn into an occluded front very quickly here as this cold front overtakes the next cold here. And then we'll watch that move on through, passing through Wisconsin. So really just the bottom of the system is going to be just touching us here, and that's going to be coming on through north central Wisconsin, just south of Eau Claire to Green Bay is kind of where you can think about that line being for seeing either a dusting or no more snowfall at all. So there we go through Sunday evening. This system will be passing on through, and this won't be leaving us with a ton of accumulation, right? Just a little bit of a dusting on the ground. So let's break down those totals a little further here. So as we go through Sunday early hours, nothing really coming yet until the evening, Sunday evening. Most accumulation starting towards Hayward and then moving its way towards the east. And you can see not really many areas getting more than half an inch of accumulation, if that at all. So this will be just a light snowfall, even lighter coming tonight. So tonight will just be those few flurries coming on through. Sunday, this will be our bigger event through the rest of the weekend. So about a half an inch expected there. Temperatures right now are hanging out just at the lower 20s. We'll be expecting to dip down to the upper teens tonight. Much cooler temperatures are still on their way for us. We're going to be watching Arctic air come on through the area from Monday into Tuesday, which will cool us off significantly until we rebound back on Wednesday, getting on track with more seasonable temperatures, that average being about 26 degrees. So let's check this out. Let's see that Arctic air that's going to be coming from way up here. That's going to be crossing over into our area come Monday. So there we go, watching that kind of purple color really just touch the northern edge of Wisconsin. That's going to be bringing in those really cool temperatures, especially for those overnight lows. You really notice that. We could see some single digits. And then by Wednesday, we clear on out, temperatures recovering nicely towards the end of the week, getting a lot more seasonable, treading towards the weekend. So tonight we're watching those temperatures get to about 18 degrees, hovering in the upper teens, low 20s, and that cloud coverage will continue to tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe a few more pockets of sunshine. Otherwise, we'll be seeing some snow showers through the afternoon. Very light accumulation will be expected for northern Wisconsin. And now looking at your Northwoods furniture and mattress 7-day forecast, we'll be seeing lots of pockets of sunshine and clouds for the upcoming week. A cool off from Monday into Tuesday, and then recovering by Wednesday. More news now from Rachel.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, down at Marathon County Courthouse, a group from Wausau held an event called Laying of the Wreath that's supporting veterans in the community. Gilbert Holcomb, who was in the Army for 23 years, says he does this to never forget his fellow soldiers and friends.
We have to remember and never forget the sacrifice that these men have made so that we can be who we are today.
Holcomb holds on to his gratitude and honors not only his comrades, but his extended family as well.
I think it's important to be able to recognize the families of these individuals that made the sacrifice. For me, I come down here because these are my comrades. They sacrificed their life, and I don't want to forget that sacrifice.
Laying of the Wreath is one of the most important ceremonies honoring veterans during the holiday season. Well, sometimes a good job or a pat on the back goes a long way. Even a thank you can brighten someone's day. A local school district now takes time to recognize first responders or any member of the community who contributes to their city. Newswatch 12 Sierra Whaley has details.
When the community actually takes time out of their day too to say thank you, that really means a lot to us.
Going on his 14th year, Eagle River firefighter James Koga's passion hasn't faded. Now Northland Pines School District will recognize his contributions to the community.
I remember the first call I ever went on, and I made a difference in someone's life, and that just made me more passionate about it.
And it all started when he was a child.
Playing cars and trucks, just when you grew up, you always want to be a firefighter.
Discussing what truly matters as a firefighter, Koga often said helping others and expressed the feelings are unmatched.
And it means the world to you, but the best feeling is when you make that difference for somebody else and you help them.
People often forget that our first responders are just like us with families to care for. And sometimes that means sacrificing time with your loved ones to help others. Northern Pines District Administrator Scott Foster says they choose to recognize good in the community because that's what keeps it together.
It really does take us all and working together. And I think as much as at times our society may seem a little divided over certain topics, ultimately, when it comes to our community, I think that's what grounds us.
Because together we can do so much. And as Koga says,
At the end of the day, it's about doing right for them.
In Rhinelander, Sierra Whaley, Newswatch 12.
Well, the Badgers played their final regular season football game of the year today. Griffin Stroin is up next with a recap. Griffin, what happened out there?
Yeah, Rachel, the season started off so well for Wisconsin, but they have had a tough couple of games, and it's gotten even worse today. Also, we have local highlights from hockey, basketball, swimming, and gymnastics. That and more coming up on sports.
This Christmas, Fleet Farm has every gift for every list. Gifts are big at Fleet Farm. You'll find the biggest selection and the biggest savings. Know someone who's on the go? Get a free $15 gift card when you buy 2 select Yeti drinkware products. Know someone who's big into ice fishing? A Vexlar FL8 SE Gens pack is only $249.99. Fleet Farm has gifts for everyone on your list. Christmas shopping just got easier. Fleet Farm. Gifts are big here.
An engagement ring is the defining symbol of a lifelong promise, and that's why choosing Lee Ayers Jewelers is so important. As a family business, they know how important your search is, and they take great pride in helping you find the perfect engagement ring. For Lee Ayers, it's all about taking care of you, the customer. From in-store goldsmiths to custom jewelry design by Thomas Daling, they do it all. Begin your lifelong promise by choosing Lee Ayers Jewelers, downtown Stevens Point.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Sports Watch 12 starts now.
Well, the Badger season hasn't gone as planned. They've missed a decent amount of games due to COVID-19 and lost big games. They lost big the last 2 games, but they're hoping for a big win today against top 25 Iowa team. In the third quarter, Wisconsin down 14, but also Iowa getting some snow to start the day, unlike us. Here we go, third quarter, Wisconsin down 14, but they get the break they needed. The Hawkeyes punt returner coughs it up, and the Badgers are all over it, and then 3 plays later, Nakia Watson's going to follow his man into up front, goes in for the touchdown, Badgers down 7. But Iowa would respond with this bomb. Spencer Petras to Amir Smith-Marset. And look at this. He's going to just flip into the end zone. 53 yards. Iowa is up 14. Now we're going to go to the fourth, and it's 4th and goal for the Badgers, and Graham Mertz is picked off. Wisconsin is just going to lose their 3rd straight game in a row, the final 28-7. The hockey season is in full swing right now, and we had some great games today, and we're going to start down in Antigo. The Red Robins hosting the Raiders of Medford. We're going to pick this game up in the first period at 0-0, but Antigo on the attack. And Garrett Hushnick with the wrist shot. It's a goal. What a beauty. Antigo leads 1-0. Now we're going to check out this pass here. It's going to go the length of the ice, and it's going to fall right to Trevin Walbeck. He's got a one-on-one with the keeper, and he slots it into the back of the net. Red Robins up 2, and then 2 minutes later, it's almost an identical play. A long pass. Welbeck doesn't play it as cleanly as he could have, but hey, it doesn't matter. Same result, a goal for Antigo. Red Robins beat the Raiders in this one 6-0. Now for some girls basketball or some girls action, Northland Pines hosting Badger Lightning. Let's jump to the second period. Pines already up 4-0 and looking to increase the lead. Pines applying the pressure. Nice shot on goal, but a good save by the Lightning goalie to keep this a 4-goal game. Now later in the period, Grace Witkoff is going to do it all by herself, weaving past defenders and then a rifle into the back of the net right here. Pines takes a 5-0 lead. And then now, after some penalties on both teams, we've got some classic 4-on-3 hockey. Allie Kiefer gets the shot on goal here. Rebound, though, and Emma Sima cleans it up for her. Pines goes on to win this one 7-0, the final. Now from the ice to the hardwood, Elko hosting Butternut in the first. Big man, Chase Novak. He's going to drive down the lane here, realizes it's too cramped, kicks it outside, and boy, John Slowick, 4-3. Hornets take an early 10-point lead. Later, Bruce Rhea decides to get into the action from deep. Nothing but net for the senior. Elko up 11, but Rhea wasn't done showing what he's got. This time, dribbles into the paint, goes up strong, gonna make the tough layup. Hornets up 12, and then final seconds of the half. Elko looking to get a good shot off, and it's gonna go at the buzzer. Elko was up big at halftime, and they roll in the second half. They win 72-36. Now we're heading from Elko to Rhinelander. The girls' gymnastics team hosting Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield in an invitation. The girls' team utilizing the new Hodag Dome. This is the second time the dome has been used for athletic competition. You can see people pulling up chairs, making a good time out of it, enjoying the dome for sure. For the meet itself, Rhinelander came in third place with a score of 115.92. Lily Bishop finished third in the all-around with a career-high 30.72. And for our final sport, a little boys swimming, as Rhinelander hosted Lakeland Union and Marshfield in the annual Hodag Relays. This boy team for Rhinelander continues to impress. They won 7 of the 10 events today. In the 200-yard medley, they were able to beat a team record. The relay was made up of Marcus O'Malley, Charlie Hack, Ashton Cole, and Zaka King. Hodags would go on to win the event with 116 points. Marshfield comes in second place with 98, which means Lakeland Union coming in third with 82 points. Oh, and by the way, the Bucks began their preseason today at home against the Mavericks. They lost by 10, but who cares? It's the preseason. And that is all I have for you in a very busy day in sports. We'll be back with more after the break.
Hey, no cell phones at the table. But it's Grandma. Hi, Mom.
Go ahead. Give your home those new items you're craving for a comfy new feel. You're in luck. Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years has been held over. Get an additional 25% off our already low prices. Get your look for less at the Thanksgiving sale held over at Slumberland.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma. Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
Uncork the laughter of Antenna TV. Classic characters. Memorable laughs. The comedies of Antenna TV. Funny TV, how it was meant to be.
All right, well, this next story is a literal mom and pop coffee shop where the acts of kindness just keep coming. The Palm family owns the Daily Grind just outside Minneapolis. It's been hard for them juggling their business and their children's education during the pandemic. Donors have brought a little joy to their toils in the form of free coffee for everyone. Marlene Mones has the story.
What are you guys craving?
We've taken our kids to work every single day since the shutdown. So it's Take Your Kid to School year.
For the first time in its 28-year history, the Daily Grind Cafe in downtown Stillwater is more than just a coffee shop.
And extra hot peppermint dark.
It's also a classroom.
How's it going?
Owners Tim and Megan Palm converted their public restrooms into quiet learning spaces for their kids while they're distance learning this year.
So Beth-Ed. B-E-D.
It's what these working parents are willing to do to keep their cafe doors open in a pandemic.
All right, sound it out.
18, 19, 20.
But in a year where every dollar matters for a business to survive,
Well, your drink is free.
the Palms are able to give out coffee no charge.
Someone has put down $100 every morning to buy other people coffee for 244 days in a row.
Oh, is that ever nice? A pay-it-forward gesture that's lasted every day since the pandemic began in March.
Well, your drinks are free today.
Wow. A $100 donation coming from different people each day, sometimes even outside of Stillwater.
We get phone calls from out of state, Florida and California.
While $100 a day isn't going to pay any big bills, it's giving customers a small gift of kindness when they need it most.
A $2 coffee will make someone just cry right in front of me.
Witnessing the generosity of strangers might be the most important lesson being taught at this cafe every day.
It's like, wow, there are good people out there.
Every living creature on Earth needs Mother Nature's water for survival. From the family pet, whether it's the dog, our fish in a fish tank, to the precious little munchkins running around, for 7 decades, Maher Water Corporation has been supplying and treating this water for the entire family with products made here in Wisconsin by Water Care. So call us today for the cleanest, safest water around.
How many times have you searched the same thing? What to make for dinner, kid-friendly meals, easy party food. Stop searching and look no further than the Mr. Food Test Kitchen with new recipes every day on Newswatch 12 Today and Newswatch 12 at 6. The Test Kitchen has you covered for every meal, snack, and craving. Now, how many ways can you say, "Ooh, it's so good"? Mr. Food Test Kitchen, brought to you by Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio and Golden Carrot Jewelers.
Wave 100.5 is Central Wisconsin's official holiday hit station.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
We're playing all of today's biggest holiday hits, along with your all-time favorites, now through Christmas. We're unwrapping your holiday hits, one song at a time, on Wave 100.5. Lock it on for holiday hits through Christmas and for the best mix of the 80s, 90s, and today on Wave 100.5.
On December 7, 2005, I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq. As I was searching for the bomb, the bad guy and the bomb found me first. After the explosion, I was left with a 1% chance of living from the injuries I sustained. During my road to recovery, it was a challenge, mostly trying to figure out what life would be like with my new physical injuries. But throughout that road to recovery, I had a tremendous amount of support from friends and families and the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. The primary mission of the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is to offer financial emergency assistance to veterans and their families. In most cases, there is a loved one back at home who has to drop everything they're doing to be at that veteran's bedside. And of course, there are huge financial burdens that come along with that. After veterans come through the Coalition's program, they are ready to be back into society, ready to go back to work, and ready to be a leader in their own community.
Visit saluteheroes.org to learn more.
Well, welcome back. Well, Andrew, no snow yet, but definitely cold temperatures headed our way.
That's right, Rachel. Monday and Tuesday will be those cool days, and maybe a little bit of snow coming for us tomorrow. So kind of wintry conditions on our way.
All right. Well, that's it for your news around the Northwoods. Always welcome and happy holiday season to everyone. That's it from us. I will see you tomorrow.